Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks for the possibility to present the results of my investigations on the International Multidisciplinary Scientific Conference. My name is Dr. Andreas, and I will present you a speech about what can Earth's history and evolution tell about the creator of the universe. Today, this planet Earth is inhabited by an abundance of different living beings. To get an idea about this, today the total known species of living species of all kingdoms is about 1 million species. However, it is estimated that there are about 11 million different species now on Earth. Probably all living beings on this planet had the same living cell as their first ancestor. This last common ancestor of all living beings on Earth existed more than 3.9 billion years ago. And this incredible diversity of living beings has originated by evolution. Here you see the tree of life, where it starts from very simple organisms in the 3.9 billion years ago, and from this a very diverse, the total diversity has developed. And you see here the red arrow, here are we, the humans. To develop this diversity of living beings and our own human civilization from this first primitive cell, many steps and many events were necessary. And now in this presentation, I would like to focus on 4 different events in Earth's history which were especially important. And these 4 events which I would like to present you are the collision of the Earth with a Mars-sized body, the release of oxygen into the atmosphere, the mass extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period, and the interbreeding of our species Homo sapiens with the Neanderthals. First, the collision of the Earth with a Mars-sized body. Here you see a picture of a scientist, of an artist, giving his idea about this collision. About 4.53 billion years ago, a body about the size of Mars collided with Earth. And because of this incredible series and collision, because of this collision, our moon was formed. And because of this, the Earth has tides, ebb and flow. The Earth has the seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter. And furthermore, very important, now the Earth has a strong magnetic field because of the inner and the outer core, which are metallic. The Earth has now a strong magnetic field, and this magnetic field protects us from high energy charged particles from space, for example, the solar wind, because it captures these particles in the so-called Van Allen belts. Here you see the Van Allen belts. This collision were very important for the development of life. We know, or we can imagine, primitive life could have arisen in the oceans even without the Van Allen belts. However, the high energy charged particles from space would have prevented life from leaving the water, or at least made it very difficult. Furthermore, seasons and tides cause changes in environmental conditions, and these changes stimulate the further development and the evolution of living beings. Therefore, this collision was very important for the evolution of life. Since 4 billion years, Earth permanently has liquid water and a life-friendly temperature at the Earth's surface. Both are indispensable prerequisites for the emergence and evolution of life. However, the sun's brightness has increased by about 25% over the past 4.5 billion years. In the beginning, the Earth had an atmosphere without free oxygen, which produced a much stronger greenhouse effect. That's why the Earth had a life-friendly temperature despite the weaker sun. The invention of water-splitting photosynthesis released oxygen. The more oxygen was in the atmosphere, the lower was the greenhouse effect. Here you see the development of the oxygen content of the atmosphere during Earth's history, a permanent increase. If water-splitting photosynthesis had been invented much earlier, or if too much oxygen had been produced too early, our planet and life on it would have literally frozen. But if the production of oxygen had started much later or had been too low, life on Earth probably would have died through overheating. Then Cretaceous mass extinction. This extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period happened 66 million years ago. It wiped out all dinosaurs. This mass extinction was caused by the impact of a giant asteroid. While the dinosaurs lived, the mammals were small and only of minor importance. Only after the extinction of the dinosaurs, the mammals were able to develop their present diversity and importance. Here you see the development of the mammals after this impact. The impact is shown by the red arrow, and you see really an explosion of diversity in the mammals after this event. If the asteroid had passed us, dinosaurs would probably still dominate the world now, and the most highly developed primates would not be humans but the prosimians. The interbreeding with the Neanderthals. All races and tribes of the modern-day Homo sapiens who lived outside sub-Saharan Africa are descendants of one single group who emigrated from Africa about 70,000 years ago. Shortly after this, about 60,000 years ago, in the Near or Middle East, this group of Homo sapiens interbred with Neanderthal Homo neanderthalensis. This interbreeding brought us many advantages, an improvement of our immune system and an expansion of our genetic diversity, which had been drastically reduced in the course of emigration from Africa. These improvements were certainly necessary for the survival of the Homo sapiens who emigrated from Africa, because outside Africa, many unknown pathogens were threatening them. Without this interbreeding with the Neanderthal, the emigration of Homo sapiens from Africa would probably not have lasted, and today there would be Homo sapiens only on the African continent. We have seen now 4 events in the Earth's history that were necessary for us humans to exist and to spread throughout the world. These events happened at exactly the right time and in exactly the right way. For example, the collision of the Earth with a roughly Mars-sized planet could also have completely destroyed both planets. Or if photosynthesis had been invented too early or too late, there would be no higher life on Earth today. It is very difficult to imagine that these are all coincidences. And for this, I have to say, in my opinion, it is much more plausible to assume that the creator of the universe deliberately intervened to promote the development of intelligent life. And that he intervened actively, the creator, in this way, to promote intelligent life. From the observations I presented up to now, following characteristics of the Creator can be deduced. First, it is important to the Creator that life can arise and it can develop intelligence. Furthermore, very important is the Creator gives freedom to his creation. A first dimension of freedom emerges from indeterminacy of quantum physics. A further dimension of freedom arises from the evolution of living beings which I presented to you. And third, man is the climax of evolution on our planet because man can decide freely. Furthermore, we can see an exuberant generosity of the Creator. The Creator created an entire universe of about 2 trillion galaxies. And on Earth, there are millions of different species of living beings. Furthermore, we can see that the Creator must be very patient because he accompanied an evolutionary process lasting billions of years. The presented 4 events in Earth history show a Creator who actively intervened several times in the processes of this universe, and from this we can assume that probably he still intervenes today. You can say there's a constant dialogue between the Creator and his creation. And life enters into the dialogue with the Creator by unfolding independently according to its own laws. From time to time, the Creator responds by intervening and then allowing life to follow its own laws again. We can say the Creator loves his creation very much from this. And we have to assume that we humans have a special value for the Creator of the universe because he can communicate with us. In this context, human beings' religiosity can be interpreted as a human trait to enable the communication of human being with the Creator. We see, for the Creator, dialogue is of central importance. Let me conclude something from this. It is reasonable to suppose that the Creator is not a monolithic block, but that he himself is in some way engaged in an inner dialogue. The abundance of beauty of our universe could then be a faint reflection of the abundance and beauty of the Creator's inner dialogue. These observed characteristics of the Creator fit very well with the Judeo-Christian God. A central point of Judaism and Christianity is freedom. For example, the liberation from slavery in Egypt, and Jesus Christ has rescued us from the slavery of sin. The exuberant generosity of the Creator is documented by the promise of eternal life in an exuberant fullness after biological death. And the Bible documents in many places that the Judeo-Christian God has much patience. Now the important points. In both the Old Testament and the New Testament, God repeatedly seeks man as a dialogue partner in order to conduct a dialogue with him from you to you. And an important goal of this dialogue is to lead people into ever greater abundance and freedom. The incarnation of Jesus Christ can be understood as the culmination of the dialogue between the Creator and his creation. Since man, as the crown of creation, evades dialogue with his Creator, God becomes man in order to make dialogue with man as easy as possible. The mission of Jesus is to let us participate in the exuberant fullness of God. Many thanks for your interest.